Welcome to my channel. Today I will be reading from the r/strick school subreddit, so let's jump into it. The title of this post is, I told my teacher I was done being a punching bag for his class. So this happened a few months ago. I was a senior at a strict Catholic all-boys school. The school had a good program after I graduated, so I didn't really have any complaints besides the extreme strictness. You would get the cane if you did anything remotely out of the ordinary. One time my friend got suspended for 2 weeks for whispering in class. You could get suspended for having a stupid amount of homework or even failing a test. This was actually pretty common. Anyways, back to the story. There were around 12 teachers that taught my grade, but there was one teacher who was particularly cruel. Mr. Williams was the most sadistic teacher I ever met in my life. He would single out students to make an example of them. He would call people stupid, useless, worthless, and a waste of oxygen. He called me every name under the sun. At this point, I hated going to school because of him. I was always anxious and stressed when he was around. My grades were slipping because of how much I was dreading his class. One day I decided enough was enough. I had had enough of his abuse. I went up to him while he was sitting at his desk trying not to look like I was angry. I asked him why he treated me so badly. He just looked at me and said, "You're worthless! Get out of here!" I told him I wasn't going to take it anymore and he should watch his back. He just laughed and told me to go away before I did something I would regret. That was the last straw. As soon as I got home, I wrote a letter to the principal outlining everything that Mr. Williams had said to me and how he created a hostile learning environment. I even wrote down all the names of the students he had publicly humiliated. I took the letter to the principal the next day, and he took it seriously. To this day, I don't know what happened to Mr. Williams, but I haven't seen him since. I graduated a few months after that, and I couldn't be happier. Wow. So OP, it sounds like you had a really rough time at strict school. I'm glad you found a way to stand up for yourself and make a change for yourself. That takes a lot of courage. It sounds like you had a really bad experience with Mr. Williams. That's horrible. No one should have to go through that. It's great to hear that you wrote that letter to the principal and that he took it seriously. It's important to speak up when things are unright, and it sounds like you did just that. That's really admirable. And I'm glad that you graduated and are no longer in that toxic environment. Do you have any other stories you want to share about your experience at strict school? Maybe about Mr. Williams and some of the things he did? Because this seems like just the tip of the iceberg to me. Anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.